Yeah, I know. It's always been quite like this. Ever since something changed, but I can't decide what. Oh god, you're right! Oh Jesus Christ, oh! Okay, to clarify some things. Okay, so, this... I need to take my headphones off. This is why, this is like, somewhat live recording, so this is not going to be... Yeah, this part's not going to be edited, yeah, good words. Anyway, yeah, it's me in the flesh, I'm just talking right now. The van episode. Okay, let's talk about that. It's really late right now and I cannot scream a whole short episode of this, so instead I'm just gonna say it and be done. So, the van episode right now is an episode, if you haven't heard of it, it's an episode where the characters go in this van and they go get the stuff and on a weird adventure or whatever. The plan was that it would be the longest episode, but it's getting to a point where making the episode is such a grind and it's not fun at all. It's actually really not fun. And it's even less fun because, as you can see, the new assets that I'm now using, you could have saw them on the other channels as well. These new assets I really like, and I really want to start using them. Also, with the more simple mouths, it will also make animating way more easier, which means episodes could come out longer, and considering they're made by just me, yeah, they'll definitely come out faster if I don't spend several hours doing lip syncing. It's still going to be lip syncing, but just not as much. It kind of like switches between them. And sometimes it can be like advanced, and then sometimes it can just be like open and closing. Okay, and so yeah, the van episode has gotten to a point where, like I said before, that it's getting really boring to make, and I decided to discontinue it for now. But all of I still got everything wrote down, and I'm going to actually plan this. I'm genuinely like gonna plan this on a piece of paper. Is all the ideas that I had to show in that episode, since there's a lot of things, which, like a whole lot of things. I'm not even sure if I want to do the van episode anymore. It might get replaced by another episode. The concept wasn't really that interesting, but I could release the unfinished files maybe on a toothpaste or RaW 2. I think toothpaste is a good place to put it. But yeah. Oh yeah, link to that. Link to the channel. So yeah, that's happening. So yeah, that's been removed. But all the ideas that I have for that episode are still going to be there, because there's a lot of really cool stuff that I wanted to show off. I can't remember in the last episode. Yeah, Red Guy. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot that happens. I'm just going to say that Red Guy changes, Loving Cloak changes, and Toothpaste, I guess could say changes, but not in looks. What I'm trying to say. To clarify, once again, not doing it. Not doing the van episode. The original episodes will possibly be released if I remember. And you can take a gander through the video and see what was. Trust me, it was like only like a quarter away finished, and how long is it? It's been a year. It's been a year and I still haven't completed it, and it's mostly because of uninspirement, boredom, and how long it takes to do. And the episode itself wasn't really interesting. But I will write down those new things. I'm not going to spoil. And so the next episode, which I'm not really planned yet, but I will actually start a next episode. It'll be short. It'll be as long as a normal episode goes on, which is sort of random since I'm not really set a goal on how long RaW episodes go on for. But it ends when it ends and it starts when it starts. It just is what it is. And I got a lot of ideas in my head, so I would love to get those down at some point because I have got a lot of ideas. I think I had one in my book actually. So yeah. Or did I? I don't know. I don't remember. I got like 1 billion books, so I wouldn't know. Anyway, let's move from that van episode and let's get onto a little more stuff. I'm planning to add a few new characters to the show. And a lot of these are interesting. Very interesting. I don't really want to spoil too much about a secret new character that is going to be added soon. You probably know who it is. It's my second best friend. You probably already know. I didn't say anything. What? Oh, okay. I'm showing an image on screen about these. Me drawing like for the last 2 days. I've been thinking just of random things of characters. And here's a whole entire sheet of just characters. And I will start doing this to come up with ideas because, God, I know there's a lot there. And that was somewhat fun to do. And here's another drawing, and I picked out one of my favourites out of all of them. They may not become characters, but who knows that these are my favourites, and these are the closest to be added. The other ones will probably go in the trash or possibly used, but probably as a background character or something. But these are real characters. And let's read out the names, so because it's sort of interesting. Also, by the way, these are not real people. These people do not represent real people like Wolverine Cook and all that. I think Wolverine Cook right about now is the only character in the show, but you'll see later after that. But anyway, so yeah, we have Sarah, which is another female character, which we never had before, because Toothpaste is the only female for now, like I'm saying again. Twal, which is a character that I made a long time ago. Here's another image of an old drawing right now on screen. This character was made for a show that I used to make called Moss. Not Moss. What the hell am I talking about? There's a character called Moss in there. It was called Sem, and it was similar to RaW. It was actually the first ever time where I actually drew the backgrounds and like put them on and like drew like different things. And it went on for like only like 2 episodes. I can't remember. It was supposed to be like a collaboration with me and Alex, since Alex was like the only friend I knew at the time. And yeah, because Alex was obviously limiting because he doesn't really have a computer and he doesn't really animate, he couldn't really help too much. So I kind of just wanted to give it up, and it wasn't that interesting anyway. Sinco, I think that's how you say it. I kind of came up with random names here. I swear, I've just put Sin and then Core at the end. Sinco seems to be... I somewhat got an inspiration from... well, you know, I'm a fan of Z Kevin, correct? So, I know Degnut. He's like... I think he's like the person who like draws all the local characters, and I think he like came up with the idea for like the characters in like Robot 64 and stuff like that. So yeah, I have been inspired a lot by Dave for his little characters, and his what is it? Is it like a storyboard series thing? And I like seeing them. I like seeing them with my eyes. But yeah, this character's somewhat inspired by a Pumpkin Kid, but I might change it just because I don't want to seem like I'm copying, because that would be bad, and I don't like copying people. And then we have Candy, which is spelt with a high case K. And I have no idea what I was thinking. I was thinking of, for some reason, like, this is, I know, like, no, like, this is really stupid, but there's in the FNAF games. I'm not kidding. I know FNAF games. In one of the FNAF games, I remember like a character that was called Candy Cadet, and I liked the idea of it so much that I kind of just like made like this thing, and it would talk like a robot, so it counts as a robot, and also its gender is a robot. That's what robot genders look like. I haven't really associated. I not really put that on the website for RaW, but I might do that soon. Toph, which is also another character, which was also another character based on a game that on Roblox that I made a long time ago, where you play as this little ball thing with legs. It never really became anything, and it's sort of inactive right now, but that's where the original idea came from. Then it became an anime in the now discontinued game, Betroot. It was like an anime that could jump, and I don't really make games anymore, so there's no point really using it. So I was thinking I had it as a character in Sem. Oh wait, Sem came first before that. Yeah, Sem came first before the character was added in as an anime. Then in the original website that got unfortunately taken down, the toffee thing became a creature, but I didn't like the idea of that either, and also the creatures part on the website is now just removed and not there, but it could be added back, but I highly doubt it, since I don't really like... I wanted the creatures on RaW to be just odd, with no other reasoning behind them, while they exist. And finally, Toph was added to Sem, and then that obviously Sem got cancelled, so there's no point. And then I redrew it, and now it's a character possibly in RaW. Very, very long history. Then we have Bog. This is to make fun of the part where a long time ago I spelt dog wrong, and I put a B instead of a D, and Bog is now born. And I have no idea. I like crossbreeding a dog with a panda, but it has no arms. And it's another female character, so I highly think that's a good word. I do think that this character would be added because not many females on the show. Dankar. I have no idea. He just has a face gas mask thing. He has 14 arms. That I guess that's new. Rootbird is also another favorite of mine. Also female. I just love the idea that she thinks she's a bird, but then just staples a thing to her mouth. I know it sounds really dark, but to be honest, I feel like that's really funny. The character always have their arms out. Also, SLT, basically Salt Gun. Salt Gun was added as a character, as a background character. His original image of Salt Gun, but then I changed it. Salt Gun was in a Roblox game it was like a natural disaster game, but like on crack basically, and it goes off like every 2 seconds. That was the fun part of the game. And you play as this character with rocket launchers for feet and guns for like a gun for a head. And I like the idea so much that I decided to make this thing, which has like a walrus head with like a red shirt with a rocket launchers for legs and guns for arms. And those are called salt guns. And Craft Space is a weird parody of a game. I know I said I didn't make games, but this is just like a cool thing that I wanted to make as a fun thing. It's a parody game which may come out soon. I don't know though. It was also based off a really really bad game I made called called Polybius 6. It was based on a book that I made. And it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously at all, and obviously it wasn't. But I like the idea so much of the main character looking like one of those spaceship characters that you sometimes get in those arcade games. And because the Polybius legend is based off an arcade game, I just gave it legs and a face. And his name is Craft Space. Spacecraft spelt backwards. I know it's really, really great. I don't really know the personalities of these characters yet. But Sarah shows personality even by the look of the character, which means that Sarah will probably be embarrassed constantly. And I like that. I like that as a character trait. I like a lot of embarrassed characters, I don't know why. Again, Toothpaste was sure more of herself and how she acts around other things, because I not really explored that with those characters. And I think that's about it about me and all that. Again, so basically, sum things up. Van, probably dead, but probably the old stuff will be elaborated, so will be added back. All the ideas from the van, but just the actual episode and the concept itself will be removed. The new assets will be used, and hopefully they look good, and I'd like to know the opinion on them, if any. New characters, and a new character that which I'm excited to add, very excited, and obviously the new character drawings as well. I think that's about it, really. That's genuinely it. That's everything I wanted to talk about. I know, I don't really know why. I could have just made a post or something, but I really wanted to make a quick video just to elaborate on all the random crap. And yeah, that's about it. Done, I guess. I will, maybe at some point, if I remember to release the following, episodes. And that's about it, really. I know it's sort of sad, and I do kind of feel a bit disappointed. And this has happened multiple times. The problem is, I have learned this finally for once in my life. I actually learned something. Learned this, right? If you're gonna make something, and hopefully you can learn from this too. But if you want to make something, and you know it's going to be big and ambitious, start with it. Just start with a small mindset when you're first going at it. Just know that if you're going to work on something big, it means work more time, and you need a giant, enormous amount of ambition just to work on it. And, like I said, and like what most people say is, bigger is not always better. That was supposed to be like a really cool line to end this video, but I couldn't really think of anything, so title card is you go subscribe to my friends and me, I guess. A few there's the RWW playlist if I put it there, if it's possible or not. And yeah. Okay.